Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. Last we left off, we were picking flowers, and we were going to have a word with Sir Perth here. What's up, man?
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Van Tegan is to see you here. I must admit I do not know quite how to address you. Is my lady sufficient?
Call me Grey Warden, for that's what I am.
Grey Warden it is then, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
There's not just one Grey Warden, there's two! Anyway, is there anything I can do to help?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
Is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Have you considered using the oil in the village store?
No one told me of this. Oil, you say? How much exactly?
Enough to set many monsters aflame.
Assuming that would hurt them. Yes, I see what you have in mind. That might be effective, if used carefully. Yes, excellent idea. I'll send some men to collect the oil. We'll use it to slow these creatures down. Have you anything else to ask me in the meantime?
I have some questions for you.
Ask me whatever you wish.
Tell me about what's happened here.
You know about as much as I do. I returned a day before the attacks began, having heard strange rumors about the abandoned castle. I was the only knight to survive the first attack. Since then I found others returning from the Alistair's quest. Until we get to the source of this evil, though, I do not think it will stop, and I don't believe we will be enough.
You mentioned something Tell me about the quest for the sacred urn.
When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, our lesser Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tervinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here.
Just what was the Earl sick with?
We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. He brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Arlessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish.
Why did the Arlessa believe anyone could find the urn?
The Earl once employed a scholar, Brother Genetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told.
Genetivi. Can no one find the other knights and bring them back?
Eventually, perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days. I only returned myself because I was passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks.
I want to discuss something else.
As you wish.
What is your status?
We retrieved more oil from the village store.
Already?
It is ready to use as our first line of defense, as you suggested. Overall, my fellow knights are nervous about the coming battle. Death is almost certain. But we will fight and die valiantly, if that's what the Maker demands.
Carry on.
As you wish, Grey Warden. Maker watch over you.
So he seems nervous. And apparently is able to teleport oil places. I don't know, that seems like a pretty useful skill to have. I would like, you know. That might come in useful against these monsters. But let's see what we can do to help reassure him a little bit. Mystical protection, after all. Van Tegan. Mother Hannah.
You are a stranger amongst us, yet you still agree to defend our village in its darkest hour. We are most grateful to you.
I cannot stand by while monsters attack the helpless.
Not many in these modern days would honestly say the same. You are a woman of worth, and the Maker will smile upon you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
Surely this cannot be the entire village. These few are all who are left.
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
Sir Perth needs holy protection for the knights.
I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
What do you mean?
Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You
He has
merely
a
want
point.
me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense. I will not lie to them like that.
If it gave them confidence, then it does protect them.
I suppose if they believed in the Maker's power, that belief would inspire them somewhat. It just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
Righto. If you have... Whoa, hey, move. If you have Liliana in your party, when you do that, she actually disapproves of that. She doesn't like it when you use the Maker to trick people into things. Never mind. Well, setting aside religious discussion.
So, what would you do if someone told you that they loved you?
Check their eyesight first, perhaps. Is this someone I should know about?
No, I mean, pretend you're a woman.
I am a woman, Alistair. That shouldn't be too hard, but I'll give it a try.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Just pretend you're another woman. Someone told you that they loved you. How would you react?
Well, that depends. Does this someone just blurt it out? Do I love them back? I need context.
I don't know if you love him back. Maybe you do. You've spent a lot of time with this person.
Perhaps you need to wait for the right moment. You could get her alone in camp. Give her a gift, perhaps.
Oh, I wasn't talking about me. Just, forget I said anything.
As you wish.
I'm standing right there, staring at you, and you continue this conversation. Right, anyway, let's check in with Sir Perth.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
You said you wanted holy protection.
Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
Mother Hannah has some holy amulets. Would those do?
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice.
You think it would actually help?
Of course I do. These are Maker's symbols. What better protection could we ask for? I will send some men to collect the amulets. Please give my regards to Mother Hannah for seeing some sense at last.
Is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If
Alright.
you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. Ask me
I see.
whatever you wish.
Carry on.
As you...
Right. Anyway. Hey, there's a wooden crate over here. See, that's what I noticed first. The wooden crate. not the gorgeous view of the castle. No, the crate is what I notice first. Huh. Speaking of things I notice first, Alistair, what's up, buddy?
You know, maybe this isn't the best time to be thinking about this, but I've something to ask you. Chances are we'll be heading to Denerim soon. And when we're there, I wonder if we might be able to look someone up.
Random conversation! This wouldn't be some former lover of yours, would it?
A former what? No! Do you honestly think I would suggest we go see... together? No! The thing is, I have a sister, a half-sister. I told you about my mother, right? She was a servant at Redcliffe Castle and she had a daughter. Only, I never knew about her. I don't think she knew about me either. They kept my birth a secret after all. But, after I became a Grey Warden, I did some checking and, well, I found out she's still alive. In Denerim.
That's wonderful news.
She's the only real family I have left. The only family not also mixed up in the whole royal thing. I've just been thinking that maybe it's time I went to see her. With the blight coming and everything, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance to see her. Maybe I can help her. Warn her about the danger, I don't know.
If you want to, we could try.
Could we? I'd appreciate that. If something happened to her and I never went to at least see her, I don't know if I could forgive myself. Her name is Goldana, and I think she remarried but still lives just outside the alienage. If we're in the area, then, well, it's worth a look.
Goldana. Was that the woman in that dream of yours? But anyway, there was actually a different conversation I wanted to strike up with you.
So, all this time we've spent together, you know, the tragedy, the brushes with death, the constant battles with the whole blight looming over us. Will you miss it once it's over?
I was actually not expecting this conversation either. Anyway, this is continuing the romance. Let's see. It makes me tear up just thinking about it.
Ha! There'll be no more running for our lives. No more darkspawn. Ugh, and no more camping in the middle of nowhere. I know it might sound strange, considering we haven't known each other for very long, but...
At all.
I've come to care for you a great deal. I think maybe it's because we've gone through so much together. I don't know. Or maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Am I? Fooling myself? Or do you think you might ever feel the same way about me?
I think I already do.
So I fooled you, did I? Good to know. That wasn't too soon, was it?
Okay, music, we get it. I don't know. I need more testing to be sure.
Well, I'll have to arrange that then, won't I? Maker's breath, but you're beautiful. I am a lucky man. Now, let's get back to what we were up to before, lest I forget why we're here.
You approve of that, do you? Ah, right, that's not how we access that anymore. Alright. You're already up to 80. Yeah, I was not expecting that conversation to happen then, either. I've been trying to have a very particular conversation. Are you gonna spring something else on me, Alistair?
Your desire is my command.
Well, there's that. I have some questions.
Of course.
See, this is the one I wanted to have before. Okay. What changes about you after the joining?
You mean other than becoming a Grey Warden?
I mean, what changes physically?
You know, I asked Duncan this too, and all I got was, you'll see.
Just try that line on me.
I have other lines for you. Trust me. Oh, it's not that Duncan wants to keep it a secret. It's just that the Grey Wardens don't discuss it much. I gather it's not a pleasant topic. The first change I noticed was an increase in appetite. I used to get up in the middle of the night and raid the castle larder. I thought I was starving. I'd slurp down every dinner like it was my last. My face all covered in gravy. When I'd look up, the other Grey Wardens would stare, then laugh themselves to tears.
I haven't felt anything like that.
Really? Because I was watching you wolf down food the other day, and I thought, ooh, it's a good thing she gets a lot of exercise.
What can I say? I'm a growing girl.
I'll say. I didn't mean it like that. No, don't hit me. I bruise easily. Oh, and then there were the nightmares. Duncan said it was part of how we sense the Darkspawn. We tap into their, well, I don't know what you call it, their group mind.
Or hive mind.
And when we sleep, it's even worse. You learn to block it out after a while, but at first it's hard. It's supposed to be worse for those who join during a blight. How is it for you?
Nightmares. Yes, I know what you mean.
Some people never have much trouble, but that's rare. Others have trouble sleeping their entire life. They're just more sensitive, I suppose. Everyone ends up the same, though. Once you reach a certain age, the real nightmares come. That's how a Grey Warden knows his time has come.
What are you talking about?
Oh, that's right. We never had time to tell you that part, did we? Well, in addition to all the other wonderful things about being a Grey Warden, you don't need to worry about dying from old age. You've got 30 years to live, give or take. The taint, it's a death sentence.
Neighbors.
Ultimately, your body won't be able to take it. When the time comes, most Grey Wardens go to Orzammar and die in battle rather than waiting. It's tradition.
Why Orzammar?
You'll always find Darkspawn down where the dwarves are. The oldest Grey Wardens head to the deep roads for one last glorious battle. Not that there's a shortage of Darkspawn during a blight, but that's the tradition. The dwarves respect us for it. And you wondered why we kept the joining a secret from the new recruits. There you have it.
I never wondered that. I understand.
You know, Duncan, he started having the nightmares again. He told me that in private. He said it wouldn't be long before he'd go to Orzammar himself. I guess he got what he wanted. I just wish it had been something worthy of him.
He will be remembered, Alistair, as will the others.
I know. Ending the blight should make this all worthwhile, right?
And then there was the other one that I saw in there that came up. And it only comes up after you go to Redcliffe.
Your desire is my command.
I have some questions.
Of course.
Oh, I'm not going to ask that question yet. But I am going to ask this one. Why did you keep your birthright a secret?
You never asked?
That's a cheap answer, or... Yeah, that's a cheap answer.
All right. If you want the full explanation, I'll give it to you. The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
I do like the, how about, by the way, I'm heir to the throne. But I'm going with, I guess I can understand that.
I should have told you, anyway. It was important for you to know. I guess part of me likes you not knowing.
Why? What happens when people find out?
They treat me differently. I become the bastard prince to them, instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. But the very idea of it terrifies me.
It doesn't sound stupid at all.
For all the good it does me, my blood seems certain to haunt me no matter what I do. I guess I should be thankful that Al-Eamon is far more likely to inherit the throne. If he's alright. Oh, I hope he's alright. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I guess I was just hoping that you would like me for who I am. It was a dumb thing to do.
Don't worry about Alistair. No harm done.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go.
Indeed. So, a whole bunch of conversation that I was not expecting, and some of it that I was hoping to get to before all that, but sure. Boy, that romance accelerated pretty damn quickly. All it took was giving him a gift. This game is weird when it comes to the gifts. Where's the music? Did it all seriously just die? And let's see. Hey, Berwick.
I can't believe I'm going to fight. That's what I get for mixing myself up in all this.
That's what you get for taking orders from Loghain.
Well, I'm here. I'm cold. I'm certainly going to die. Hope you're as amused as Murdoch is.
Damn straight I am. Let's have a chat with Murdoch then, shall we?
The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
How is morale?
The men's spirits are high for now. Far better than I expected, to be honest. Dwin's presence makes the men a bit more confident. It helps to know a veteran is on our side tonight. Since you convinced Owen to start repairs, we're pretty well armed now. That is a relief, let me tell you. Overall, I'd say the militia's very ready to fight. Never thought I'd say that, but there you go. Is there anything else?
I have some questions.
Oh? Ask away.
Carry on then.
I have a good feeling about tonight.
Excellent. And on that note, I think we're about ready to actually wait for sundown. But the big showdown is going to have to wait until the next installment of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins, where we finally, well, see what happens at night. Hopefully this will not be the final stand of Redcliffe. Hope to see you then, folks.